Hello everyone. A very good morning to all of you students. Welcome back to the session of building construction technology. So students, till now we had been discussing about different types of roof, right? This is your last building component which we are discussing. Then after we will be moving forward to the your another important module which will be about the special works and special treatment, right? So today we are going to conclude this chapter, this module with the types of roof, the roof coverings which are still remaining, and the types of flat roof. So we discussed till now about the which type of roof? Pitch roof. Pitch roof are also known as sloped roof. Now we discussed about different types of roof, in which we discussed about the king post truss, we discussed about queen post truss, we discussed about lean-to roof. I also told you that steel truss roof will also be constructed if timber is not used. So we have two different materials with the help of which you can construct truss structure. So basically sloped roof were of three different types. We have seen the classification chart also, and certain being discussed in detail. Now we are moving forward with the roof coverings. Now, when are the roof coverings required? First of all, it is required when we talk about the pitch roof or the sloped roof, right? Once the truss structure is constructed, once the single roof is constructed, once the double roof is constructed, it means the construction of the skeleton of the sloped roof with the help of rafters and battens and purlins. There can be another secondary members also depending on the type of the sloped roof which you are constructing. Now, after the skeleton structure is built, is it necessary to cover them? Yes, you will have to cover it properly. Proper material will have to be provided to cover it, so that you can protect it from the adverse effects of the temperature, atmosphere, rain, sun, wind, right? Because basically you are constructing the roof to protect yourself, right, from the atmosphere, from the surroundings. So obviously it has to be covered. So with the help of different materials, different types of roof coverings are used in the market. Some of them which you have also seen, I think you are seeing all of them in your day-to-day life. Okay, just you would not be knowing certain names. So with the discussion of certain names and along with its images, we will be able to make it clear what are the different types of roof covering existing according to our civil engineering, right? So first of all, let us discuss some certain points. What does it say? It says that it is provided to protect from the sun, wind, rain, which I already told you that why you need to provide covering can be written by your own also. Then what does it say? It says the selection of material. You would have seen stone coverings, you would have seen timber coverings, you would have seen, if I talk about wooden shingles, right, which is made up of dry vegetation, that is straw and dry grass, right? Combining all of those things, you would have seen such type of covering also. You would have seen sheets, ply sheets, right? Not exactly ply sheets, but here it will be AC sheets. It means asbestos cement sheets or galvanized iron sheets. So basically you have seen sheets, you have seen stone covering, you have seen tile covering also. So what type of material you will select is based on different parameters. What are those parameters? It says on the type of the building. It means that what type of structure you are constructing, be it the structure for a factory or for a godown or for a warehouse. It depends. If it is factories, then in most cases GI sheets are used because it is favorable. If it is a cottage, a small cottage in a resort, then wooden shingles can also be used. It depends on the type of the building. Next, it says on the type of the framework. Framework depends whether it is single roof, it is double roof, or if it is truss structure. Next, we have is initial cost. Obviously, initial cost is going to be more, right? Then after maintenance will also be required, because it will get easily damaged if there is any natural calamity, if there is high wind velocity, sometimes heavy rainfall occurs, then these type of coverings are not going to be very stable at a great extent, right? So it depends on the initial cost, its maintenance, its repair. So accordingly you have to select the material. Last it says durability. I think durability will be covered in this topic itself, that why durability is important. Also availability of the construction material, right? Sometimes it happens so that locally available material will be used. Now let us classify different types of roof covering. Now the flow chart is flashing over here. We have almost 5 to 6 different types of roof coverings. Let us have a look and then discuss all of them in brief. Now first we have is thatch covering. It says thatch covering. Second it says wood shingles. Third it says tile covering. I think you know what are the tiles covering, so it will be clear in your mind. You have also seen thatch covering and wooden shingles, but we will make it clear with the help of images. Next you have is AC sheets, which I said. AC sheets and GI sheets. Both of them are going to be similar. The difference being galvanized, so that you have to make it rust proof. It does not corrode. So we have asbestos cement sheet and we have galvanized iron corrugated sheets. These sheets are corrugated sheets. Make sure about that. Next we have is slates. Slates means one type of stone, right? We will discuss about that in detail. Now let us first start with the thatch covering. Now students, look at the image above flashing over me. What can you see? Have you seen this type of coverings? Yes, you have seen that. If you have stayed in a cottage in a resort, then such type of covering would be seen. If you visit the rural areas, then in the village areas, then such type of covering is seen. Yes. So how is it made? It is made up of dry vegetation with the help of dried grass or dried straws and all of the waste materials. It can be made up of the same. So this is your specifically the type which you have seen, which you also know. This type is known as thatch covering. We have given it a name. Again, showing you one more type, another variation in the thatch covering, showing you. So let us discuss about the terms, the points which we are supposed to remember. Also remember that in descriptive questions, roof coverings are generally asked. What does it say? It is used in low cost houses. It is clear, it is definite. In low cost and economical places, it is the most cheapest type to use. So it is used for low cost houses. What is it made up of, right? Here rafters. Your rafters, you know what are rafters? We have studied about the components of the roof. So round bamboo rafters spaced at 30 centimeter apart and tied with split bamboos laid at right angles to each other. It simply means that bamboo straws or bamboo planks are used over here. They are tied together, a full roll is made and then they are spaced apart and such type of covering is made. It is nothing tough over here. Then it says for drainage of the rainwater. Obviously, you will have to provide provision of slope in all type of roof covering for the drainage. So thickness should be kept at least 15 centimeter and the slope should be kept 44 degrees so that the rainfall water can drain off. Thatch material, as I said, it is combustible. Yes, it is pretty clear, right? If you burn this material, it will burn very easily. You would have seen the waste products which come out from the farms. Right over there, they burn this thing, so it is easily combustible. It absorbs moisture also, and it gets rotten very easily. So it is not a very good option if you consider from the point of view of durability and comfort. Bad smell of rotting can affect the comfort. As I said, it can rot easily, it can decay, it can get bad. So it can cause discomfort to the users. Showing you one more image. Look at the image flashing above me. These all variations are known as types of thatch coverings. Okay, about dry vegetation, which I discussed. Again, the point, which point? The third point, which says round bamboos are tied together. This is the example flashing right above me. This is your example that how they are tied together and bamboos planks are made and then it is placed for the roof covering. The rafters are made of the same. I think everything is clear now. Let us move to the second type. What do we have second? We have wood shingles. Now, these are made up of wooden material. First of all, look at the image flashing above me. Yes, you have seen this type of covering also. These types are known as wood shingles, which are made up of, the shingles are made up of timber or wood. What does it say? The use is restricted only to hilly areas. Why? Because the locally available material would be timber, would be wood, so it is easily available, it is cheaper over there, and also you know that importing wood at different places becomes costly also, right? Well seasoning has to be done, so it is used where the hilly areas where the timber is easily available. Wood is cut from well seasoned timber, as I said already. I think I'm saying already all of those things which are flashing over here in the theories. Length of the shingles, right? Shingles means pieces. Length is around 30 to 38 centimeter and the width varies from 6 centimeter up to 25 centimeter. Those are the dimensions. Look at the another more clearer image. You can see how wood shingles appear and how they are constructed. You can see that for yourself, and I think this makes it clear. At eaves, right? You know what is eaves? The lower edge. Two courses of shingles can be provided for better stability. Next, we are talking about the third type, that is tile covering. I think you know about the tiles. We have certain names given to the tiles according to different cities and states in our country. We have Mangalore tiles, right, which is specifically, the origin of them is from the Mangalore. So we have different types of tiles which can be used for the covering. As compared to wood shingles, this would be more stable, so this can be used. They are, as I said, they are named according to their shape, according to pattern, its origin, its source. Different names can be given. Ultimately, it is a tile covering. You know what are the tiles, right? We have studied them in the flooring also. Next, it is preferred in residential buildings and country houses, right? You do not want to go for very cheap ones. You want stability, you want kind of durability also. So for country houses and residential houses, you can use tile coverings. Okay. Also, you have flat pan, the tiles which are flat in shape. You have half circular shape, right? The one which you can see over here in the second image. In the second image at the bottom, you can see are known as country tiles, half round country tiles. I think I will show you different names. Okay. The one flashing now at the bottom is the flat pan tiles. Okay, if it is round in shape, then it is country tiles, half round country tiles. I think you have seen all of this, but still I am showing you certain flashes so it becomes clear. Next we have is, what do we have? AC sheets, asbestos cement sheets. Now look at the image, students, flashing over here. Have you seen this type of covering? Yes, you have seen. In your day-to-day life, most commonly you have seen this type of coverings. These sheets are known as AC sheets, that is asbestos cement corrugated sheets. You can see the corrugations, right? You can see that half round circles are provided. Those are known as corrugations. Again, showing you second image, how it is covered on the top of a house. Okay, so there are lots of advantages of AC sheets and GI sheets as compared to other type of covering. Definitely because of its durability, because of its strength, because of its resistance to wind velocity also up to certain extent. So there are lots of advantages regarding these two types of sheets. Next is material is, how is the material obtained? It is obtained with combining cement with 15% asbestos fibers. Okay, over here asbestos material is used. The sheets are light in weight, they are cheap, they are thin. They are impervious, they are durable and fire resisting, which I already told you that there are lots of advantages. Next, it does not require painting. It does not require any kind of painting because itself it will look nice, and it does not get even attacked by the insects, by the white ants or the termites. Okay, just like it happens for wooden shingles or thatch covering. Adopted for factories, as I told you already, in factories if you see, then such type of coverings are more common. it is for garages, for godowns, for workshops you can use. The length of these sheets per piece generally varies from 1.25 to 3 meter. Okay, again showing you some more images. You can have a look at it. I'll give you a second. You can see how it is covered on the top, and the image at the right shows you that how thin these sheets are. A pile of sheets is shown. Okay, now moving forward to the asbestos cement sheets. Look at the image. I think I'm keeping all of these images together so that you are able to understand. You can just make out the difference between your AC sheets and GI sheets. Now, these are made up of galvanized material. It means there will be no rusting. It is corrosion free. It can be painted with different colors, so you can also make different colors out of it. You can see that a pile of sheets can be seen. A real existing sheet covering can be also seen. So, GI sheets are most commonly used these days in the current market. GI sheets are very much extensively used. Okay, for the factories, for the industrial sector, it is most common. Again, the properties are going to remain the same, so we don't need to repeat it. The slope, right? The slope has to be limited 1:4. You cannot provide more slopes, otherwise it will be an issue of stability. Also, you will have to nail it or you will have to fabricate it depending on the type of joint you are facing. Okay, students, so this covers your types of roof coverings. Okay, these many types of roof covering you are supposed to study. Okay, now I am taking the last topic, which is your flat roof. But I think we also have one more type of covering left, that is slates covering. Okay, let us discuss that. What are slates? Slate means type of stones, right? Now, those stones are obtained from the sandstone or limestone. Now, I am flashing two images for you over here. One you can see is only the slates, only the stones in the form of tiles. And in the image below, you can see that how it is covered on the roof. Can you see that? Okay. So now if I talk about stones, then you will have to well dress it. You will have to make the edges. If there are sharp edges, then you will have to make it smooth. You will have to cut off the corners. You will have to cut off the weak edges. You know about stone masonry, we have studied that how you have to well dress it before using. So this type of covering is not very much common in our country, but it is common in the outside countries where the slate covering is generally used. Flashing you another image where a dormer window is shown, and on top of that you have the covering of the slates. Again showing you one more image. Can you see how the slate covering is provided? The tiles which are made up of stones. Okay, students, so they are fixed on the battens. As we know what are battens, we know what are rafters, so it is fixed on top of that, and this makes your slate covering. Now I am taking the last one, that is flat roofs. Now we are going to discuss about flat roof in brief. You know what is a flat roof, right? The terrace, the roof, which is flat, on which you can sit, you can play, you can carry out gardening, you can sleep over there, you can have lots of things to be done on the flat roof, right? So let us talk about it. Technically, if I want to define a flat roof, then the roof which is constructed at an angle less than 10 degrees, it is not completely flat, but angle less than 10 degrees is known as a flat roof. Now, why do you need to provide this slope? Why do you need to provide angle? For the drainage provision. Yes. Look at the image flashing above me. You can see how drainage has to be provided. Three arrangements of drainage is also shown, which is not very much important to you, but still you need to know. You should have some information about it. That's why I am showing you this image. Okay. So, the flat roof. Talking about the different types of flat roof, we will have certain classification, right? Before that, about advantages and disadvantages, right? I think you will be able to study on your own, that it can be used for sleeping purpose, playing purpose, for gardening, for moving, right? You can say that you have lots of things to be done with the help of flat roof, right? You can also provide thermal insulation, you can provide heat insulation, you can provide damp proofing coats. Everything can be done in the flat roof. But there are also disadvantages. If leakage of water occurs, if seepage occurs, then it is difficult to detect that what is the place where leakage is occurring. Then you have disadvantages that it is subject to violent temperature changes. That is also true. In some cases, it may not be able to resist everything, right? So there are advantages as well as disadvantages, just like the slope roof. But you know the concept of a flat roof. We have mud roof, we have a concrete roof, right? Other than that, we have certain classification which I am going to discuss. Okay, let us see. Now, first type of flat roof we have is mud terrace roofing, which I showed you in the previous slide already. And you also know, just like mud flooring, mud terrace roofing is done with the help of providing intermediate layer of bitumen and waterproofing course, and that makes your mud terrace roof. Next we have is brick jelly or Madras terrace roofing. This has the origin from the Madras, so it is known as Madras terrace roofing, but basically it is a brick roofing. The floor of the roof, the terrace is made up of bricks. Next we have mud fusca terracing with tile paving. Now mud fusca is a mixture of, if I say there is no other English word, it is like bhusa, right? The rubbish material combined with mud. Cow dung can also be used, right? So it is mud fusca mixture, and on top of that you will have tile paving. Next you have is lime concrete terracing. Now lime concrete terracing is specifically a type of terracing where waterproofing is done. Lime concrete is going to help you with the waterproofing. Similarly, lime concrete terracing with tiled paving. Okay, so on top of that tiles will come, and last you have is Bengal terrace roofing. It emerges from the places where it comes. Now, first I am showing you mud terrace roofing. Have you seen this type of image? Have you seen this type of structures? Yes, you have seen in the rural areas. So first is your mud terrace roofing. It is similar to your mud floor as compared to the ground floor and upper floor, but here a bitumen layer is provided, waterproofing is provided to prevent it from the rainfall water to enter, and also to protect adverse effect of temperature. Next, brick jelly. Now look at the image flashing. This is your example of brick jelly or Madras terrace roofing. Can you see that brick roofing is provided, but below that joists are provided, right? It is supported on joist. It is necessary to support them on joist. I am showing you one more image from the top. The previous image was from bottom. This is from top, how it looks, and on top of that plastering is done and the covering is done, and this makes your brick jelly roofing. Next you have is also, students, I am flashing a cross section over here so that you can see how if you cut it, then how the different layers appear. You are also supposed to draw this, so please keep that in mind and practice these sketches. I am showing you sketch for one, and from this one you will be able to draw sketches for all of the different types. Next we have is mud fusca. As I said, mud fusca is a mixture of kind of a bhusa, which we say in our language, in our local language. It consists of cow dung and other rubbish material, and it is very much common in the states of Madhya Pradesh, also UP, Rajasthan, Delhi. In all those states it is very much common. Last you have is lime concrete. As I said, lime concrete is a material which is waterproof, because concrete material will not allow the seepage of water. So this is a type of a roofing which is ultimately a waterproof roofing. Otherwise, in other types of flat roof, you will have to provide courses, layers. Hot bitumen layer is also provided to carry out the waterproofing. Okay students, so this covers your full module of the building components. From the next session, we will start about the new model, special works. Till then, practice all these sketches, go through everything thoroughly and try to remember everything. Okay students, have a good day. Thank you.